Good morning, students. I am Mr. Deepak Anand, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at MERI College of Engineering and Technology. Today we will begin Module 2, titled Fundamental of Metrology, which is an essential part of inspection and quality control techniques. As mechanical engineers, you must understand that no manufacturing activity can be completed without proper measurement. Every component that is designed must be measured accurately, inspected carefully, and verified before it is assembled or delivered to the customer. In this lecture, we will discuss the fundamental principles of measurement, standards used in industries, types of measurement, different kinds of errors, calibration processes, and the industrial concepts of limits, fits, and tolerances. These concepts are very important in real-life industrial applications and will help you understand how industries maintain the high quality and precision in the mass production. Introduction to metrology. Metrology is the science of measurement. It deals with both theoretical and practical aspects of measurement. Measurement means comparing an unknown quantity with a known standard quantity. For example, when we measure the length of a rod using a scale, we compare it with the standard unit called a meter. In engineering, even a small mistake in dimension can cause the major failure. For example, if a shaft diameter is slightly larger than required, it may not fit into the hole, causing assembly problems. Therefore, measurement must be accurate and reliable. Metrology ensures three important qualities: accuracy, which means the closeness to the true value; precision, which means the repeatability of the results; reliability, which means the consistency over time. Thus, metrology forms the foundation of modern manufacturing and quality control. Objectives of metrology. The first objective of metrology is to establish internationally accepted measurement standards. These standards ensure that measurements are uniform across the world. The second objective is to maintain the uniformity and consistency in measurement in all the industries. This allows the interchangeability of the parts produced in different locations. Another important objective is to reduce measurement errors by proper calibration and maintenance of instruments. Metrology also ensures the traceability, meaning every measurement can be linked to a recognized national or international standard. Finally, the overall goal is to improve the product quality, reduce rejection, enhance the customer satisfaction, and support industrial development. Types of metrology. Metrology is broadly divided into three categories. Scientific metrology. It deals with the development of new measurement techniques and improvement of accuracy at the highest level. It focuses on research and standard development. Industrial metrology is concerned with practical applications in manufacturing industries. It includes the calibration of instruments, inspection of products, and maintaining the quality standards. Legal metrology. It deals with the laws and regulations related to measurement systems such as weighing machines in markets and fuel pumps at petrol stations. It protects the consumers from incorrect measurements. All three types work together to ensure the measurement integrity and trust. Standards of measurement. Standards are reference measurements used for comparison. Without standards, measurements would not be consistent or reliable. For example, the meter is defined internationally based on the speed of light. All length measurements are based on this definition. Standards are arranged in the order: primary standards at the top, followed by secondary standards, and then working standards. This ensures that accuracy is transferred step by step from national laboratories to international and industrial workshops, maintaining the consistency at every level. Primary standards. These standards are the highest and most accurate standards of measurement available in a country. They represent the ultimate reference for a particular physical quantity such as length, mass, time, or temperature. These standards are maintained by national metrology institutes such as the National Physical Laboratory in India or similar national institutions in other countries. These institutes are responsible for maintaining and improving the country's measurement system. Primary standards are maintained under highly controlled environmental conditions. The temperature, humidity, air pressure, and even vibrations are carefully controlled because small environmental changes can affect the measurement accuracy. For example, even a slight temperature variation can cause the expansion or contraction of materials, affecting the dimensional standards. Primary standards are extremely accurate and stable. However, they are not used for routine or daily measurements in industries. Instead, they are used only for calibrating secondary standards. These ensures that accuracy is preserved and transferred systematically through the standards. In simple words, primary standards form the foundation or backbone of the entire measurement system of a country. All industrial measurements can ultimately be traced back to these primary standards, ensuring uniformity and reliability at the national and international level. Secondary standards. These standards are the standards that are calibrated directly against primary standards. They act as an intermediate reference between national standards and industrial standards. These standards are maintained in accredited laboratories, government-approved calibration centers, and high-level industrial labs. Such laboratories follow strict quality procedures and maintain proper documentation to ensure their traceability. Although secondary standards are slightly less accurate than primary standards, they still maintain very high precision and reliability. The difference in accuracy is very small but important in maintaining the quality. Secondary standards are used to calibrate working standards that are used in industries for routine measurements. For example, a calibration laboratory may use a secondary standard gauge block set to calibrate the measuring instruments of a manufacturing company. Thus, the secondary standards act as a bridge between the national standards and industrial applications. They ensure that the accuracy of a primary standards is properly transferred to working environments without directly exposing the primary standards to industrial conditions. Working standards. These are the standards used in industries and workshop for everyday measurement activities. These are the standards that production engineers, technicians, and quality inspectors use regularly during manufacturing and inspection processes. Working standards are calibrated against the secondary standards at fixed intervals, such as every 6 months or 1 year, depending on usage. This ensures their traceability and maintains the accuracy in routine measurements. Examples of working standard include standard gauge block used to check micrometers and calipers, master micrometers, calibrated vernier calipers, standard plugs and ring gauges. These standards are used for checking the dimensions of machine components during production. For example, in an automobile industry, working standards are used to verify the diameter of the shafts, holes, and engine components. Since the working standards are used frequently, they may undergo wear and tear. Therefore, regular calibration and proper handling are essential. Without the working standards, industries would not be able to maintain the dimensional accuracy, interchangeability, and quality control. They play the crucial role in ensuring that the final product meets the design specifications and customer expectations. Linear measurement. It refers to measuring dimensions in a straight line, such as length, diameter, thickness, and height. Common instruments include steel rule, vernier caliper, and micrometer steel screw gauge. The least count of an instrument determines its precision. For example, a micrometer has a least count of 0.01 mm or even 0.001 mm, making it more accurate than a steel rule. Linear measurement is essential in checking the components like shafts, holes, bolts, plates, and machine parts. Accurate linear measurement ensures proper fitting and functioning of the components. Angular measurement. It is used to measure the angle between two surfaces. It is important in machining operations, tool setting, and alignment of components. Common instruments include bevel protector, sign bar, and angle gauges. For example, cutting tools require precise angles for efficient machining. Incorrect angular measurement can lead to poor surface finish, vibration, and machine damage. Measurement errors. Measurement error is the difference between the true value and the measured value. Errors are unavoidable because no instrument is perfect. However, understanding errors helps engineers minimize them. Errors can affect the accuracy and precision of measurement. They are mainly classified into systematic errors and random errors. Systematic errors. These errors occur due to known and predictable causes. These errors remain consistent and affect measurement in the same direction every time. Common causes include zero error in measuring instruments, improper calibration, temperature variation causes thermal expansion, wear and tear of measuring surfaces, parallax error due to incorrect observation angle. For example, if a vernier caliper has a zero error of plus 0.01 mm, every reading will be 0.01 mm higher than the actual value unless corrected. Systematic errors directly affect the accuracy of the measurement. The good part is that these errors can be detected and corrected through the proper calibration, periodic inspection, environmental control, and proper handling of the instruments. Industries maintain strict calibration schedules to eliminate the systematic errors and ensure measurement reliability. Random errors. These errors occur due to unpredictable variations during measurement. These errors are not consistent and vary in magnitude and direction. Causes of random errors include human judgment variation, slight movement of the instrument, vibrations in the environment, fluctuations in pressure or force applied, minor environmental disturbances. Unlike the systematic errors, random errors cannot be completely removed because they are irregular in the nature. However, their effect can be minimized by taking multiple readings, calculating the average value, using more precise instruments, maintaining the stable environmental conditions. Random errors mainly affect the precision of measurement. By adopting the proper measurement techniques, engineers can reduce their impact significantly. Calibration concept. Calibration is the process of comparing a measurement instrument with a known and certified standard to verify the accuracy. The main purpose of the calibration is to ensure that the instrument gives correct results within the specified limits. During calibration, the instrument is tested at the different measurement points. The readings are compared with standard values. Any deviation is recorded. Correction factors may be applied. Calibration establishes traceability, meaning every measurement can be linked to national or international standards. Industries usually follow a calibration schedule, such as every 6 months or 1 year, depending on usage frequency. Proper calibration improves the confidence in inspection results and ensures the compliance with ISO 9001 and other quality standards. Need for calibration. Calibration reduces the measurement uncertainty and ensures the reliable results. It helps industries comply with ISO standards and quality management systems. Proper calibration prevents the production of defective parts and reduces the rejection rate. It saves cost by avoiding the rework and scrap. Calibration records are maintained for audits and quality assurance purposes. Limits and fits. Limits define the maximum and minimum allowable size of a dimension. These limits specify the acceptable variation in manufacturing. Fit describes how two mating parts such as a shaft and hole interact during assembly. For example, if a shaft is too large or the hole is too small, assembly becomes impossible. Therefore, limits are specified to ensure compatibility. Limits and fits are extremely important in mass production industries where thousands of components produced daily. They ensure interchangeability, meaning any shaft can fit into any hole of the same specification without additional machining. Proper selection of limits and fits ensures the smooth assembly, reduced production time, and better product performance. Types of fits. There are three main types of fits used in the mechanical engineering applications. Clearance fit. There is always a gap between the shaft and hole. This allows the free movement. Examples include sliding doors, bolts in holes, and rotating shafts. Interference fit. This shaft is slightly larger than the hole, resulting in a tight fit. Assembly requires force or heating methods used in bearings and permanent joints. Transition fit. This fit may result in either slight clearance or slight interference. It provides the accurate positioning without excessive tightness. Selection of fit depends on application, load conditions, movement requirement, and safety considerations. Proper understanding of the fits is essential for machine design and assembly. Tolerance. Tolerance is the permissible variation allowed in a dimension from its specified size. For example, if a component dimension is 40 plus minus 0.05 mm, the acceptable range lies between 39.95 mm and 40.05 mm. Tolerance ensures that small manufacturing variations don't affect the functionality. Types of tolerance include unilateral tolerance, bilateral tolerance, tighter tolerances. Increase machining time, tool wear, inspection effort, and overall production cost. Therefore, engineers must carefully balance tolerance with functionality and cost efficiency. Proper tolerance selection ensures quality without unnecessary expense. Importance of tolerances in industry. Tolerances play a crucial role in maintaining industrial quality. They ensure interchangeability of the parts produced in different factories or even different countries. Proper tolerance reduces rejection rate and minimizes scrap material. It helps in maintaining the consistent product performance and reliability. Actually, tight tolerance increases the cost, while overly loose tolerance reduces product quality. Therefore, tolerance must be optimized. In the industries such as aerospace and automobile manufacturing, tolerance control is extremely critical for safety and performance. Summary. In this module, we studied the fundamentals of metrology. We understood the importance of measurement and different types of standards. We discussed the linear and angular measurements, measurement errors, and calibration process. We also learned about limits, fits, and tolerances, which ensure proper assembly and interchangeability. Metrology is the backbone of inspection and quality control in manufacturing industries. Thank you for your attention.